Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the universe. This is Valerie M, aka Maxfield, coming to you on her Standing My Truth blog. As we're coming out of lockdown, there must be a lot of intrepidations. But I'm going to use my blog today to exalt my faith. Because it's still a time of unsurety, uncertainty. How do we move forward coming out of lockdown? But for me, it is to thank the Lord that He covered me in His glory. He allowed me to look into myself, pause, breathe, be angry at things that really serves me no purpose. Taught me how to have patience. Taught me to cry unashamedly. Taught me not to apologize for any transgression, but to forgive myself for the said transgressions. To see people in the same light that I see myself. To walk away from paths that, if I had not been in lockdown, I would have walked. To accept that the body I live in is a vessel that is loaned to me. And that body will only survive by what I put in mentally, physically. To understand that I bleed the same of any color, whether it be black, white, Chinese, Asian, Lithuanian, Polish, Jewish. That any ailments and disease is down to a combination of many things and not because of the color of my skin. That it's okay to be scared. It's okay to fall, but the most important thing is to get up. He taught me that I am a jealous person and not to make excuses for being that jealous person and to understand what my jealousies are or were. He taught me that envy was a cruel thing and to ask myself, why did I envy? Envy was something that was never part of my body, my vocabulary, until lockdown. He made me learn to love, because before until then, love was just a word. Love is still a word. And for the first time, I knew that if I am to still love the body that I'm in, the body that He's loaned me, that I need to walk within His footsteps. Because many others have not survived, whether be it from COVID, cancer, heart attacks, being killed. Not to take for granted that every breath, even now that I'm speaking, it's loaned to me. And at some point, it will expire. It's like living in a house and you know without painting the exterior, you can continue to paint over the cracks of those exterior. But only time will tell. It will start to peel. So you have to heal, decorate from inside, feed the right things inside, so that outside, when the wind and the rain and the sun shines on it, it will always continually grow in abundance. He taught me to see the world for what it is. And even when I wanted to shield and not watch the news and everything else, he allowed me to try not to cry at everything that I saw and run and hide. Every day I have to give thanks. And even when I forget, which is very unlike me, because I'm now getting excited about going outside, I had to remind myself that he had guided and protected me for that whole year, and not to forget that as I walk out the door. Do I want to go outside the door? What do I want to do now? Have I missed going out partying with my friends? Have I missed dressing up, putting my foot into shoes? Have I got that comfortable just lounging around and, boring a hole into the sofa that I sit on a daily basis? Do I spend my time looking through a small phone, tablet, laptop to have a conversation with my friends? How do I step out the door to finally go into a place of work, to be amongst others of different age group and sizes and lifestyle, and feel safe? How? Do I try to find a job where I don't have to live at home and stay at home? Or do I find a job that I can work from home? Many companies are going to realize that they can have virtual PAs and EAs and project managers. Depends on the type of work that you do, because it saves the money on the buildings that they're in and the light bills. But what happens is that when you're working from home, you're still spending that money. So it's a catch-22. But for me, I still have to find a way to understand why I'm still here. What's my purpose? What can I give back? How do I give back? Do I have anything to give? What is my purpose? What is your purpose? Have you ever asked that question? When you open your eyes, what do you see? Do you think you have what it takes to be that dream that you see? As I said, it's been a year for most of us. We've dealt with trauma. Some have dealt with abuse. Some have, loved lost ones. Some people are still waiting. They've found out they're sick. Some people have not even had the chance to have their operations. There's people whose mental health has broken down. And now that we're coming out of lockdown, how do you deal? Mental health doesn't just go away now that you're allowed out into the sunshine. No. It's still there. It's still there playing tricks on you, still making you anxious. But it's not to say that you should embrace that you can't go outside, that you can go outside, sorry. One step at a time. I'm anxious of being around other people. I'm not going to lie. And I know that within a day of coming out and being with my family, we went shopping and we ate and we met some glorious people. I'm still skeptical. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Am I ready? I don't know. I don't feel that I am. I don't know what to expect. I really don't know. For others, they're buying tickets to already go on holiday. They've had their vaccines. I'm not vaccinated yet. And I asked the Lord, I said to him, do I just stay as I am? Do I just watch what is going on and hopefully everyone's vaccinated so I'm safe? I don't need the vaccination. Why am I scared to have the vaccination? Do I think that I've had so many operations and blood transfusion because the blood that I think that I have no longer belongs to me. I have a mixture of so many people's blood within my body that if I have the vaccination, I'm done for. That's me scared of my own, the fear of death. Why do I have the fear of death? I wish I could go back to the days where I was fearless. I feared no one. I feared nothing. I was resilient. But COVID has made me become very soft. COVID, part of me, I was so angry. I've learned to let it go. I'm learning to let things go. So what does it look like now? Some people never stopped through the whole of COVID. They've just got on, so their life has not changed. Nothing's changed for them. They didn't have to stay at home. They worked continuously. They put themselves on the front line. The nurses, the doctors, the construction workers, they kept a roof over their heads. Bankers, some of them. But, so they're used to going out. Nothing phases them. But for those of us who actually stayed indoors, just knowing you have to get up, put clothes on, walk through the door and go into the office, that's a tough one. Are you ready? Are you ready to buy that ticket to go into that club? Are you ready to go into that pub, the wine bars? I actually sat out on the, I had al fresco and dined al fresco because that's all you can do at the moment. Or you can book pods and eat in them. They're quite good. But I've decided that I'm going to try and be brave. 1 is get out there. 2, not sure about being in anybody else's house or vicinity just yet. And 3, take a punt on actually finding my soulmate. Not just a fling, not copious amount of dating, but find my soulmate. It's been quite refreshing. I'm not saying I don't have someone. It's been quite refreshing not to actually be fully dating or in any form of relationship with anyone through lockdown. Lonely, yes. I'm not going to say I haven't been lonely. But I've always been a loner anyway. Death has changed some of my friends around me because they've experienced close death, as in grandmothers. I've been changed for years because I lost brother, grandmother, grandfather in succession. And thank God it wasn't to COVID. They died of all sort of different disease in their body. But death is death, isn't it, really? I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm just standing in my truth for what it is, how life is. You know? I'm finding it difficult to be able to say, I've got to go, I've got to work, I've got to get out there. It's like I've run out of ideas. I've run out of, oh my God, how did a year pass and I feel that all of a sudden there's so much more I want to do and I need to stay at home to do it? How did I waste a whole year and not make a difference in that whole year? I feel like I've alienated people as opposed to draw close to them. But I still thank the Lord for everything I have. And I genuinely have so much love for that man above. It's unbelievable. Because if I can't love anybody else, he's the one that I love, and I give him thanks and praise. I hope that you, wherever you are in the world, you're feeling positive and you're ready to evolve to the next level. It may require you to continue to isolate, to rejuvenate, to find yourself, to take yourself away from the attraction of social media and the TikToks and things so forth, to actually, see that there's a life instead of a screen. Allow that brain to absorb the beauty of the universe, COVID or not. Because it's not over yet. So be mindful of that. But I send you all positive energy to pause, breathe, think. Not to live in your shadow. To make each day count for yourself. Make yourself your own hero. As we now embark on the next chapter of lockdown. This is Valerie M, aka Maxfield, Standing in My Truth daily blog, checking in and now checking out. Have a fabulous week. Take care.